Hello, 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 hello. How are you guys? Hi, hello, welcome. It is Friday again. How did that happen? Right? How did that happen again? I don't know, but it is Friday. Let me get the link so I can share it in our Slack group. So give me just 1 minute. Let me pull this up and let everyone know. How is everybody doing? I cannot wait. I feel so funny as I'm talking out loud. Today I was did Pilates, but there was like in a bar room, so like a ballet bar, and I sat up and I literally like went right on my nose. So it feels like I'm a little nasally. It sounds nasally to me. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Yay, welcome friend. All right, let me get set up. Let me get this all pretty and organized so that I can see the questions, I can see you, and we can get going. Also, I'm sorry I'm a little late. I'm also going to have to keep this one a little short today and quick. I am departing for San Diego today, so I need to get packed and get on the road and get going before I hit LA traffic. So, hi friends, welcome. All right, really quick, I am Alexandra Harbushka. I am the founder of lifewithherpes.com. It is a podcast, YouTube channel, a community for people living with herpes, and it is a great resource for people just like you and people just like me who have genital herpes. So welcome, I'm excited for you to be here. Right now I'm in Las Vegas, so I have the windows closed behind me because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see me because the sun's coming in, but I'm in Las Vegas, and the gardeners are here, so I apologize if it is noisy, but we will enjoy. We'll get it. We'll have a fun time like we always do on Fridays. All right. Here is a long one. My current partner won't touch me when I'm having an outbreak. They will want me to get off them, but they won't even touch me with their hands. I think they think they can get herpes through their hands. If someone's fingers me without a glove and then washes their hands before touching some more than touching any more else, can they get herpes through their fingernails or a cut on the finger? I have no idea if this is possible, and they apparently are terrified of it. Okay, so let me back up. Thanks for being vulnerable. Thanks for sharing that. I know that's hard, and I totally can relate to, gosh, my nose is so nasally. I can totally relate to that, understanding that I personally, a lot of times when I have outbreaks, I'm very standoff, and it's something that my husband, Bill, has really encouraged me and invited me to work through and being like, look, I don't care. You're you. Like, because I a lot of times am very like, if I have an outbreak, I'm like, don't touch me anywhere. I could be contagious. So, and I know, and I obviously know this stuff, right? Like I know it's not possible. So let me relay it back to your situation. So just because you have an outbreak doesn't mean you can't do things. So just wherever your outbreak is, if it's an oral outbreak or if it's a genital outbreak, stay away from that area. With that being said, if it is an oral outbreak, okay, don't share forks, knives, spoons. Don't share glasses, water glasses. Don't share, makeup. Don't share anything that would come into contact with your mouth. So be very careful of that. Also be very careful when you touch your mouth. A lot of times during sleeping, a lot of times, we don't realize when we're sleeping what we do. So just wash your hands when you wake up in the morning. In the genital area, wear underwear, wear panties. I know when I have an outbreak, I will always wear, I call them my big girl panties. They are the big full-on briefs. I will wear them to bed. And that way I know that my husband's not going to come in contact with it. So and we still cuddle and spoon and hug and kiss and whatever. So as far as that, nothing really changes in our relationship other than sex. So back to your question, if someone fingers me without a glove and then washes their hands before touching any more else, can they get herpes through their fingernails or a cut in the finger? So technically, yes. Hey, thanks. Technically, yes, they can. So the herpes virus is going to go wherever you give it an opportunity to go to. Now, it prefers the mouth and the genital region. However, if you have, we'll use oral herpes, and let's say you go, oh, I have an owie, will you kiss my owie? On your elbow, right? A little kid goes, oh, I have an owie, kiss my owie, and you go and kiss their elbow, which I am like falling for the old-fashioned trick that no one can do. You kiss their elbow. Technically, if the elbow had a cut, you kissed it with an active outbreak, technically you could potentially pass it there. Now, that's not very common. That's being overly protective. Basically, your partner needs to understand, he needs to be he or she, I'm actually not sure, needs to be educated and needs to understand. As far as, fingering you or any of that stuff, I mean, that's normal foreplay. And if you're having an outbreak, I would recommend staying away from that. However, if you're not having an outbreak, there still are chances, of course, with viral shedding, but I think at that point he would need to, or she would need to, they need to get comfortable with it. Yes, they could pass it to themselves. Yes, it is possible. Yes, they could have it on their hands and then touch their genitals. Yes, that is possible. But at the same time, it's not very, very likely. Again, just keep washing your hands, keep washing your hands. I would invite your partner to get educated in this, maybe tune in, maybe join, definitely ask some questions on it. And what I also want your partner to realize is your partner comes in contact with herpes, probably not on a daily basis, but your partner comes in contact it more than he or she knows. People have outbreaks, they don't wash their hands, they go touch a doorknob, you touch your cell phone, you get on an airplane, you use public transportation, whatever it is, there's so many people that don't wash their hands. And so we come in, we shake someone's hands, all that. So we come in contact with a lot of crap on our hands. So just get into the habit of washing your hands. All right. Do you think oral HSV-1 should be disclosed before kissing? So this is a tough one. And this is a tough one for me too, personally. Because we're educated to say, as long as you have an outbreak, don't kiss anybody, move on. However, now that we know that oral herpes, genital herpes, it's really the same thing. And I'm very, very, very adamant on disclosing that you have genital herpes before exposing someone. And so therefore, I'm going to move forward with, I think what would be the polite thing to do, and just go about it. I've told people that I have it. I've let them know. And however, do kisses happen? Especially as a girl, guys will go in and kiss you like on a first date or whatever, and you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Usually I would do my very best to let them know. A lot of times kisses happen. We have to remember kissing is something that is not just between lovers. It's something that happens from parent to child. It's something that happens, no different than sharing a water bottle or sharing a lipstick or a chapstick or a lip gloss or a beer or whatever. So we have to remember that we come in contact with our mouths with a lot of people a lot of times. I personally do my best not to share my drinks. I don't share my lipsticks. I'm personally really cautious of that. So I would just invite you to be just aware. Again, don't feel like you need to do this all the time and be like this and I can't talk to you, right? No. Live life. If someone takes a sip of your beer, just move on, right? But yeah, if it's someone you're in a relationship with and you're going to be doing a lot of kissing and sharing foods and sharing forks and knives and all that stuff and sleeping in the same pillow and yeah, let them know. Let them know. Absolutely. So that I would recommend that. Okay. I see I have some questions. Hey, Alexandra, how do you manage the pain when you get an outbreak? Hey, I'm glad you're, I will tell Bill. I will absolutely tell Bill. He has a fan club. It's so funny. I was talking about you from England the other day. I was talking about you in a documentary. So I was like, I have someone from England that reaches out every Friday and always says hi to Bill. So I was just talking about you. Okay, back to your question. Alexandra, how do you manage the pain when you get an outbreak? Okay, so pain in general, everybody has their own scale of pain. Like when you go to the doctor's office and they have like the smiley faces and they have the one that's crying and they have the one that's smiling, and then there's literally something all the way in between. Everybody's outbreak and everybody's ability to process the pain is extremely different. For me personally, I don't have a lot of pain. I just don't. Why that is, I don't know. Do I have higher tolerance? Do my outbreaks not hurt as much? I don't know. Obviously, right? I don't know what your body feels like. But I can recommend that a lot of people I love, and it's one of my favorites is an Epsom salt bath. I think that is a really good way to soothe your nerves, just relax you. It also can like start to heal and dry up the lesion. So keep that in mind. That's very beneficial and it kind of soothes. I also recommend coconut oil. That also is a anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antiviral, anti-whatever, miracle, gift from God, whatever it is. Put that on there as well. Then I would recommend taking whatever if you aspirin, Aleve, Advil, ibuprofen, whatever you like to take that. So that's what I'd recommend is for the pain. Also, if you do have antivirals, once you get on that, if that's a path you want to take, once you start taking the antiviral, it will start reducing the symptoms and the pain. So that is another benefit to taking it. So that's what I'd recommend. Oh, my laundry's done. Can you hear it? Okay, so hope that answers your question. Okay, we're back on HSV1. Okay, do you think oral okay, no, sorry. Also, if you find out you have genital HSV1 due to an outbreak, but you've never had an oral outbreak, does that mean you definitely don't have it orally? Or could you have it orally before getting genital outbreak and just never had symptoms? So yes, no. And it's one of those things that yes and no. So just because my dog's sneezing, just because you have HSV1, which is typically associated with oral herpes, it doesn't mean that that's what you have. You could have HSV1 genitally. So if you have it genitally, it's not just going to randomly pop up in your mouth. So that's something you don't have to worry about unless you've been exposed to it. So is it possible to be exposed orally and genitally? So we'll use an example. Let's say you're a woman and your partner is a man and he has HSV1 genitally. So you have vaginal sex with your partner and you have oral sex, meaning you give your partner a blowjob. You can contract HSV1 genitally and HSV1 orally. So you can contract both. Now, once your body already has it, it's very difficult for it to go someplace else. So I want you to know that that's like a rare situation. That's like all the stars literally aligned against you in that situation. So because your body already has the virus and it goes, oh, okay, I already have it vaginally. So therefore, if it shows up on my mouth, I'm already going to know what to do. Like it's going to, so chances are it'd be very, very hard for you to get that. However, is it possible? Yes. Okay. Could I have had it orally before the genital outbreak and just never had symptoms. So yeah, that's one of those things too. Could you have it in both places? Yeah. But if you're showing up with symptoms, I'm assuming, I think you're a woman, vaginally, then I would just go with that. Feel comfortable with knowing that you have it genitally and don't worry about the oral. So I would not, don't stress yourself out wondering if it's going to pop up on my mouth. It's kind of like manifesting it. You don't want to manifest it. It's like worrying you're going to get a cold, and what do? You get a cold, right? I see I have some questions popping up. What's my take on STD dating sites? Yay or nay? Great question. I've been trying to get my friend to check it out. So I'm really glad you're bringing that up, because I am a spokesperson for Meet People with Herpes. It is a dating website for people with herpes, and I'm very much in favor of it. Basically, the way I look at it is, in general, it's really hard to meet people nowadays, right? We have our phones, we're in line at Starbucks like this, da 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 da. Okay, I'll get my venti caramel macchiato, no whip, extra da da da, and we're back like this, right? So we don't mesh. We don't move through life talking to people. So if a dating website is an avenue or a vehicle in which you can meet people, I'm very much in favor of that. It's really no different than joining a soccer group. It's no different than joining a running club. It's no different than joining a guitar lesson group or the painting and vino or whatever it is, right? It's really no different. The difference is, that you're interested, that you're talking to somebody who's interested in a relationship, or they're interested in a hookup, or they're interested in whatever they're interested in, right? So you have two people that are interested in it. What I do like about it is, one of the biggest fears people have, especially when you're diagnosed with a STI or STD or genital herpes or HIV or whatever it is that you're diagnosed with, the biggest fear is, will anybody ever want to touch me, love me, date me, have sex with me, or whatever your next phase is. And I believe that if you can take the elephant out of the room, or be an icebreaker and know that that person understands where you've come from and what you've gone through, then I believe that that's a really nice way to meet. So that is my take on dating websites, especially, people with herpes. And I'm not saying that because I am the spokesperson. I wouldn't have taken on that role had I not been very, adamant. And this is truly how I feel about it. Do I believe it's the end all be all only thing that you could ever do to find a partner? Absolutely not. But you still need an avenue to meet that person. Next question. Have you used female condoms to better protect your partner? Thanks. Yeah, definitely watch me later. Sorry that you're working and I can't do it. Yeah, have a good day. Enjoy work. It's Friday. Go have a beer. Okay, Alexandra, have you used female condoms to better protect your partner? I personally have never used a female condom. Not right, wrong, or anything. It is just something that I've personally never used. However, I do know that they do give more protection for the female, not the male. So it would be more to protect the female, because it covers her more. The man is still, it doesn't necessarily, it just covers more protection. So it just covers more surface area. Again, personally, I've never used it. I can't speak from experience. I do know that they do cover. If that's something you're interested in, or if it's something, if you know where, I'm trying to make a vagina. If this is your vagina, and you get your outbreaks maybe over in here, and you know that a condom wouldn't cover that, but the female condom might go to here, then yeah, that would be a really great resource for you. It just depends on where your outbreaks are. Everybody has different locations and all that, So for me personally, a condom or female condom, they don't cover where I have outbreaks. So for me, it's not, it's kind of a null and void thing. Okay, final question. Sorry about the gardener doing all the blowing over. That sounds, he's blowing. That sounds funny, but he has his getting all my pine needles. Okay. I've just been diagnosed with HSV2. Is it possible to have HSV1 as well? Should I tell my family? Because I really don't want to. How can I get rid of herpes? Will HSV affect my period? Okay, tons of questions. So thank you for being here. We all feel that your diagnosis, we understand what you're going through. Is it possible to have HSV1 as well? So back to my previous questions. Yeah, it is possible. I have both. A lot of people have both. It's not as common to have both, but yeah, it is. You could. When you were diagnosed, they probably did a blood test and they probably checked. So whatever showed up in the blood test, you can just ask your healthcare provider to let you know how your test turns out. Should I tell my family? That's really up to you. Do you need to tell them? No. Are they going to be exposed to it? No. Is it going to change? Do you need to tell them for laundry purposes or sharing towels or no? It would really just be if you want the support and you feel like it's an important thing to tell them. Other than that, you don't need to tell people that you have herpes. Just be conscious of it when you have outbreaks. So for example, obviously my husband knows I have herpes, but if I'm ever on a girl's sleepover, go out with my girlfriends, get a hotel room for the night. Let's say I have an outbreak. I just make sure I definitely wear underwear and a nightgown or whatever I wear to bed. And I just make sure that area is covered and there's no need to tell them because they're not going to come in contact with it. So just keep all that in mind. If you're going to expose them for whatever reason, depending on where your outbreak is, that might be something you want to let them know. But no need to disclose unless you want to. Oh, you said you really don't want to. Yeah, you don't need to. How can I get rid of outbreaks? Will HSV affect my period? So HSV will not affect your period. However, you can get outbreaks on your period. It's just more common. I talk about that in a lot of different episodes. So I'm going to invite you to go back and watch that. Hi, everyone showed up. Hi, everybody. Gosh, I'm so sorry. My gardener's here. How can I get rid of outbreaks? There are methods in which to speed up the recovery. A lot of it, so are you asking get rid of the current outbreak or how do I prevent them in general? I'm guessing it's how do I get rid of the current outbreak? You need to rest. You need to take care of yourself. You need to drink water. It's just like having a cold. You need to water, rest, be gentle, be kind. If you have antivirals, take the antivirals. Don't try and be like a superhero. Be like, I don't need them. Take them if you need them. If you have them, they will definitely clear up the outbreak. And stay away from high arginine foods. The higher the arginine, the more it feeds the herpes. No arginine, lysine is the opposite, and it actually suppresses the outbreak. So try to stay away from high arginine foods, which are all of the fun, good things. Alcohol, chocolate, processed foods, sugars. What else? For me, it's eggplant. Anytime I eat eggplant, I get an outbreak, guaranteed. In fact, I had eggplant this week, and I woke up the next day with an outbreak. Now, it went away. It was a little one. I nipped it in the bud with vitamins and changed my diet. But yeah, every time it gets me, eggplant. I don't know. All right. Thank you to all my friends who joined us today. I am so grateful and I feel tons of gratitude to be here with you and on our journey of beating the stigma, fighting it, learning, educating, finding friends, all that. So if you are not a member of the community, Life with Herpes, I want to invite you to do that. It is such a great way to, like I said, meet people just like you and like me who have herpes. And we are a fun, friendly, awesome group. And there's just a lot going on over there. And it's a great way to move through this, heal, process, all that fun stuff. There's also some great resources, downloads, home remedies to help your outbreaks. So if that's something you wanted to do, if you're already a member, go back and download it, log into your membership. If you're not a member, go join. It's free. And do that. All right. Thank you from England. I am in Las Vegas. Everybody take care. I cannot wait to see you all next week. I'll be in San Diego. So if you're in San Diego, what's up? I will see you there. And have an awesome weekend. Enjoy it. Go out. Enjoy the the summer, the sunshine, whatever it is, go enjoy, go to the beach, go find a summer love, whatever. Have fun. I will see you all so much. Bye. Now I know